I want to say thank you to everybody who decided to watch this video. And I want to send a special shout out to my patrons and Twitch subscribers. You guys help me make this channel better. And I want to say, enjoy the show. Anyway, so this is a story that I kind of like talking about, but I kind of don't. And it's the intersection of, it's kind of the intersection of red pill, dumbass racism. And, well, you guys will see when I start talking. Will we demand a dumbass racism? Wait, hold. So, we're talking about, is it Yeezy, Yay, or whatever the fuck? We're talking about Kanye West here. And Kanye West is literally, well, let's just say it. He's lost his fucking mind. Now, you've heard stories about him saying, him going off of his medicine, him not taking care of himself like he needs to, doing stalkerish shit. Like, Kanye West has lost his mind. And he does what every sellout does. Well, he goes on Tucker Carlson because, it's good for Tulsi Gabbard. It's good for Candace. George Floyd wasn't an angel. Owens. Yeah. Joe is already starting. But let's go. Let's go with the always incredibly squinting Tucker Carlson. By the way, who tries to pretend like he's an everyman whose father actually outed a trans person and is an overall racist and was embarrassed about wearing a bow tie from Jon Stewart. Let's go.
Welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. Kanye West, now known as Ye, is one of the best-selling musical artists in the world. He's also in recent years becoming...
Now, look at this Kanye West picture. And you know what? I think this is going to be the screen grab. This is going to be the screen grab of what we're going to actually do tonight. No, wrong thing. This is going to be the screen grab. Yeah, that's what we're going to actually be. He's cleaner cut and all this other good shit. But let's see Ye and which is like him trying to like pretend on the whole I'm God type shit. I'm God. Anyway, let's go.
Celebrated and very highly paid fashion designer. And of course, for a decade, he was well known to...
Very, very highly paid fashion designer. Sure. Let's go.
TV audiences as an in-law of the Kardashian family. But it's West's latest incarnation as a kind of Christian evangelist that brought us to his office in Los Angeles today for the interview you're about to see. Days ago, during Fashion Week in Paris, West, accompanied by his friend Candace Owens, unveiled a T-shirt that read simply, "White Lives Matter."
Now, we're going to get back to this in this conversation, but you're going to find it interesting the way it's brought up. But let's go.
The response from the fashion industry and international media was instantaneous and uniform. Shock, horror, rage. There is no excuse for this, thundered the New York Times. West is...
It's not, but let's go.
Legitimizing extremism, shrieked Rolling Stone, etc., etc. What was strikingly missing from the coverage, however, was any explanation for why...
Wait, isn't he the fish stick guy? The Swanson family heirs, yes. Heir. Yes, he is the Swanson family heir.
Why West did this. What was the T-shirt about? No one seemed to think to ask him, much less to listen to what he had to say. Instead, the enemies of his...
Wait, he's on TV. He's always saying shit. Like, no, he always saying shit. Mostly crazy, but let's go.
Ideas dismissed West, as they have for years, as mentally ill. Too crazy to take seriously. Look away, ignore him. He's a mental patient. There's nothing to see here.
All true.
But is West crazy? You can judge for yourself.
Now, you saw, this is the picture that we had before. This is how we ended. This is like, do you guys see a issue between those two things? Do you see issue here and there? There is something going on with this man. And to be very honest with you, he needs somebody to step in. He definitely needs somebody to step in. And by the way, we're going to also take this picture. because reasons. All right, so let's go. Let's go.
As you watch what we're about to show you. He has his own ideas, we can say that. Creative people tend.
So I also want to say this. Creative people do have their own ideas, and I have creative people in the chat. But this whole idea that you have to be manic, or you have to be insane, or you have to be depressed in order to create, no, that's not a thing. Creative people are creative altogether. Are some people dramatic? Yes. But that's not tied to their creativity. That's tied to their mania, their manicness. That's a thing. But let's go. They X-rayed Kanye's head and saw the wheel stop turning because the hamster died. Let's go.
That's why they're artists, not actuaries. His freeform social media posts give the impression of a man channeling his rawest emotions right onto Instagram. The effect can be jarring and is often used as ammunition against him in the battle for influence over the minds of America's young people. And that battle is intense.
No, he's just fucking crazy. He literally stalked his Okay, let's go.
But crazy? That was not our conclusion. In fact, we've rarely heard a man speak so honestly and so movingly about what he believes.
Of course you're not going to call your token, your interview guest, crazy because he's your token. The fuck? What do you expect? Oh, hey, let's go. Let's go, Tucker. Let's go.
But again, you can judge for yourself. Here it is. So you just came from Paris Fashion Week. You just landed in Milan. You're still on from it, and there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Why is that? And that you designed that?
Yes.
Why?
First of all, I'm going to say this. And you'll say this with the title of a video that I put out recently. You don't put your family business out there on the fucking street like this. He literally put out and said that Kim wanted to have our first baby, aborted. And I was like, dude, you don't say that shit out on motherfucking public. Your mama taught you better than that. Your mama taught you better than that. You know, the one that you lost your mind after she passed. But let's go.
What does that mean?
It just represents life. I'm pro-life.
Boy, so you wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you get? And amen, I agree.
I don't care about people's responses. I care about the fact that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this.
But you do care because you flipped the fuck out on Twitter about the shit. Yeah, we know he flipped the fuck out on Twitter about the shit. That's just the thing. He cares. And then don't ever let a conservative say, I don't care what you say. No, they care. They want to be fucking accepted. And when people shoot their ass down because they don't agree with their opinion, oh, you're persecuting me. You're persecuting me. No, you're just fucking wrong. But let's go.
This point, that 50% of black death in America is abortion. So I really don't care about people's responses. I perform for an audience of one, and that's God.
So, an audience of himself, because he thinks he's God. He literally thinks he's God. Oh, all right, let's go. Let's go.
I'm starting to see why they want to make you be quiet. When did you start to feel this way? When did you start to realize this?
I really felt like, I think I started to really feel this need to express myself on another level when Trump was running for office, and I liked him.
Yes.
And every single person in Hollywood, from my ex-wife to my mother-in-law to my manager at that time to, my so-called friends / handlers around me told me, like, if I said that I like Trump, that my career would be over, that my life would be over. They said.
So he actually had people surrounding him says like, yo, maybe you shouldn't die on this hill, dog. Maybe this isn't a fight that you want to enter. Maybe if you do this, you'll be looked at as a laughingstock because you are. They told you right. And these are also the same people who was like, hey, yay, take your medicine. Kanye, take your medicine. Take your medicine. He's like, no, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to not take my medicine. And I'm like, yeah, this is the shit. People around you cared about you. And now you're off the fucking deep end. Putting fucking bags and garbage bags and clothes in the Gap like you. Okay, let's go. Oh, shit. Okay, all right, let's go.
Stuff like people get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They basically said that I would be killed for
Nobody said that you'll be killed. They said your career will die, and it has. You're just a fucking laughing stock. Look at the cool. I'm sorry. They usually don't let raccoons in the motherfucking office, but yeah, let's go.
wearing the hat. I had someone call me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit, and that means that they're going to beat them up if they wear it. And I'm like, okay, green.
That's not what greenlit means, you dumbass. Greenlit in production means that you get to do some shit. That. Oh god. Okay. 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 Let's go. No, wait. What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? What? My fault, guys.
Ain't like me then. God builds warriors in a different way. I don't know if it's because of me being born in Atlanta and growing up on the south side of Chicago that, he made me for such a time like this. It's like with David.
We're gonna remember this David reference in a second. Let's go.
He tended to the sheep, but while he was out there, he had to fight all kinds of animals. So when it was time for Goliath to come, you thought because he was a sheep herder that he didn't have the skill set to take down Goliath. And the thing that I have is the position, I have my heart, but the number one thing is we have God on our side.
So, he likened himself to David. By the way, David, who was clearly bisexual in the text, because him and Jonathan took their clothes off, embraced in the field, and wept together. But like, hey, maybe Kanye's like that shit. Too, it's no shame. It's just that he likened himself to King David, who was the promised Messiah, the promised king of Jewish people or the Israelites, because that's not going to conflict with anything that Kanye says. I'm just saying, like King David, whose lineage brought forth the Son of God, who he kind of like non-consensually impregnated, what was either a 12 or 14-year-old. King David, yeah, because he's King David. He's slaying giants. What was that song that he wrote? No one man should have all this power. What happened, Ye? What happened? All right, let's go.
And for the people, even if you don't believe in God, God believes in you.
So you made reference.
Oh yeah, and King David, who was told he was gonna have his son killed, or his son was gonna die because he thought the woman who was somebody else's wife was his property, and he kind of like sent the man off to die because he was sleeping with his wife. I mean, like King David, the virtuous King David, because reasons. Let's go.
To the White Lives Matter T-shirt, which you brought out at Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Why did you do that, and what did it mean?
I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right. It's using a gut instinct, a connection with God, and just.
Is he saying God told him to wear a shirt that says White Lives Matter? Like, in what sense do you think that you're so caught up in yourself that you believe that you have a direct message with God telling you to piss people off? Because that's what he knew was going to happen. But let's go.
It's brilliance. Like as if you asked like Tanya Harding how she did the triple flip or the triple spin. Yeah. She was in so much practice that when it was time for her to skate in a competitive format, it just happened. Like it happened outside of practice. It happened in the real format.
So, non sequitur aside, what the fuck does that have to do with anything about you doing the shirt? Did you practice putting the letters on the shirt, taking an ironing board, like, I'm going to practice this shit. I'm going to practice it. No! She did it because she had practiced it. You, on the other hand, have been doing nothing but practicing insanity and not taking your meds. I mean, like, at what point does this not, like, you're not Tanya Harding. You're not the best representation of fashion, of rapping, of public speaking. You're not, dog. And I'm not saying that I am, but you're not. The only thing you are representing is your mania. But let's go.
And that's what's happening. Is God is like preparing us for the real battles. And we are in a battle with the media. Like the majority of the media has a godless.
You're in the battle with the media. On the motherfucking #1 talk show fucking news network. On the motherfucking host. You're in the battle with the media? You're in the battle with the media. Oh, okay, let's go.
This agenda.
Tanya Hardin known for attacking that competition. Yeah, sure.
And the jokes in that work and this whole like, oh yeah, he's crazy and all these things, they don't work because the media has, they've also watched travesties happen, just even specifically to me. And just
guys, it's okay. Okay, he's not a victim. He's not a victim, but he's a victim because reasons. He's not a victim. He's not a victim, but he's a victim because he's not a victim because God is on his side, but he's a victim because the media says something bad about him. I don't know. I don't know. How do you like? He's really turned into a conservative. He's a victim. He's a victim, but he's not a victim because God is on his side. If God is on your side, why the fuck does it matter what other people say about you? Why does it matter if lowly humans are against you if God is on your side? If I thought I had even a weak powered deity on my side that can manifest shit by talking, and it was just lowly humans, I will be talking the most shit. They thought they can talk bad about me. Hey, yo, come take care of this shit. But no, he's whining because reasons. But let's go.
Just watch it and act like it wasn't happening, and they stayed quiet about it.
What have they?
What travesties? What travesties? Excuse me. What tragedies and travesties? What were they saying? Let's go.
I want to answer the white. I feel like someone caught what I was saying, the comparison to Tanya Hardin about the White Lives Matter. My dad is an educated.
That still doesn't answer the question. It's a non sequitur. Okay. Joe, your space laser. Okay, let's go.
It's Black Panther, and he put a text to me today. He said, "White Lives Matter." Ha 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 ha. And I said, I thought the shirt was a funny shirt. I thought the idea of me wearing it was funny. And I said, Dad, what do you think was funny? He said, just a black man stating the obvious.
Yeah.
Look at that fucking face. Now I know this point has been made. Look at that face. Tucker understands why his dad said that. Why his dad laughed. Because that's a okay buddy face. That's a you don't get the joke. That's the face that these motherfuckers who jump in my comment section and don't get that I am baiting their ass. And when I have to say, and here, I know that there are people going to be watching this that's going to have an issue. When I say, okay, buddy, I'm laughing at your ass because you just said something stupid and you don't realize how fucking stupid you're saying really sounds. That's the even his dad is clowning on his ass type shit. Even your father doesn't like the shit that you're doing. Tucker's thinking yikes. Oh God. Yeah, let's go.
And my dad doesn't listen to rap music, and he's like super educated. We opened up a water distribution center in the Dominican Republic together. He's like the original Steve Jobs, but he was getting
Wait. You know what? You don't want your dad to be the original Steve Jobs, because Steve Jobs didn't take care of his family either. He was a cheapskate, and he did everything to try to break the rules to get ahead. You don't want your dad to be a Steve Jobs. I don't think you want that. Look.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
But let's go.
Blocked every which way with all of his ideas. And he didn't have an endless bank account, and he didn't have an Instagram. So all these ideas, he had to like take them back and compress them. Like, my dad is the most brilliant person that I know. And we actually have a strained relationship because I was taken from him.
Okay, yeah, that is kind of racist, implying that people who listen to rap music aren't smart. I know that's racist, but if we stopped on every racist thing that he actually says in this interview, this video will be an hour long. Okay, but anyway, let's go back a little bit. I want to actually hear this shit. Let's go.
So all these ideas, he had to like take them back and compress them. Like, my dad is the most brilliant person that I know. And we actually have a strained relationship because I was taken from him. Because my mom was an actress, so she was a liberal. And
not every actress or actor is a liberal. And this is why I say this is an intersection of red pill, MGTOW shit, and I guess like anti-black racism. Like this is the shit. Like, he is literally doing the thing of, oh, these bitches get everything in divorce type shit. Yeah, he is. Now, mind you, he has mommy and daddy issues, yes, but he is literally doing because my parents was divorced. You took me away from my father and mother, who I lost my mind when she died. Like, yeah, sure, let's go.
My dad would see certain things and say, you know, we should do it this way, we should do it that way. And the people got around my mom and pulled her away, much like, you know, Kim is a Christian, but she has people who want her to go to Interview Magazine and put her ass out while she's a 40-something-year-old multi-billionaire with 4 black children. And this is how fashion wants to, how they want to present her.
He just sounds so hurt. Like, I get it. Like, divorce sucks. Divorce is hard, especially when you have kids. It fucking sucks. And for Kanye, who probably feels that most of his important relationships in his life are gone or broken and shit like that, I get it. It sucks. But this man has so much fucking hurt. Yay, that's what you're gonna call yourself. Or Yeezus, or Yeezy, whatever the fuck. Why don't you take some time, go on your meds, and take some time away from this shit. Don't make any deals. I'm sure you have enough money. You can live on your own. And just, like, take some time. Maybe go get some treatment somewhere. And for him to actually say, yeah, of course he thinks he owns her. Of course. He had kids by her. Of course he owns her for some reason. Because red pill shit. Like, this is the shit that just, like, you have red pill people probably thinking like, oh yeah, he's telling the truth. No, he's a fucking raving lunatic. And the fact that he's saying, oh, she's showing her ass when that's been her career, maybe, like, and like, I'm not gonna throw the whole sex tape in there. That's low hanging fruit. But it's always been fashion and modeling and showing off her ass. She literally put up an episode talking about, see, my ass right here. It's real, it's not fake. This is the shit that was like 20 years ago. This was like, what, 5-6 years that she's proven that her ass is real? Like, come on now. Fuck. But let's go.
So I know you give these questions and I give you like these 3-part answers. Is this a cool format for you?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he loves it because you look like a raving idiot. And this is the best type of interview. Really? Yeah, sure. And lets you go on these long, drawn out ass tirades. But let's go.
I am following it. All right. So you said that your father said when he saw the shirt "White Lives Matter," it's great to see a black man stating the obvious. So, by which I think you meant that's obviously true.
Yeah, that's my favorite response, because I kept on thinking, like, you know, people, they're looking for
Yeah. Tucker still has that yikes face because he still can't get that Kanye doesn't understand that his father was clowning his ass. But let's go.
Explanation. And people say, well, as an artist, you don't have to give an explanation, but as a leader, you do.
Yes, I think that's right.
So the answer to why I wrote White Lives Matter on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing.
Yeah. What?
And he just gives this sinister ass grin like, got it. This shit right there, that's a sinister ass grin like, we got one of them saying the shit that we need to say it. Mr. Tucker, great replacement, Carlson. Kanye has given his ass exactly what he needed to say that even the darkies are saying that they're trying to replace us. Yes, he is literally giving them that. And this is horrifying. Horrifying. It is horrifying because the sentiment isn't that, oh, Black Lives Matter more than White Lives Matter. The sentiment is Black Lives Matter as well as everybody else. And they know that. They know that. That motherfucker D-Roy knows that. And if he's stupid enough, as stupid as he is, that he knows that, Kanye West knows that. But let's continue.
Why do you think that's so, and I assume the implications, of course, all lives matter because they're lives, because God created them. Yeah. Why do you think that would be considered controversial?
Because the same people that have stripped us of our identity and labeled us as a color have told us what it means to be black.
That's not answering the question. That's not answering the question. Please follow up with something better. And by the way, no lie. Like, I personally don't question somebody's blackness. I understand why other people do. I definitely wouldn't because, like, they don't need their blackness questioned. That's why they're the shield. That's what it is. Like, why would I question what makes you the shield and a useful idiot to these motherfuckers? I don't care. And yes, this is some of the sentiment that you've heard Kanye actually have for a while now. Why aren't you like the other rappers? Because who don't do this, who don't do that? He's never fitted that mold that a lot of people have actually thought he should. And that's fine. But when people say, oh, you don't seem black enough, okay, so the fuck what? I don't care. But people like Kanye does. And that's why he's down this rabbit hole. But let's continue.
And the vernacular that we're supposed to have. My dad grew up as a military brat. And his family moved around, but they were based mostly in Delaware. And at the time, if they weren't the only black family, they were one of the few. And he would be discriminated against because he was black. So by the time he got into college, he would be discriminated against. He went to a black college, he would be discriminated against because they said he talked too white.
Yes.
Okay. Did it stop him from getting jobs? Did it stop him from getting a relationship, having children? No. Okay. It seems like your father moved on without caring about people, what they say. He still moved the fuck on because he knew, even though there was discrimination, he had to fight and keep fucking going. Not to ignore that it didn't happen, but to fight through it. Kanye, you're shitting on his fucking legacy because he knows that there's discrimination and you are literally saying, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because I have money and I'm rich and so I don't face it as much as everybody else. So no, it's not. You are literally shitting on the steps and like, dude, like, I give it to everybody who's made it through discrimination because they know the fucking struggle. You, Kanye, you're shitting on them. But let's go. And the fact is, he knows it. He just said, my father was like the Steve Jobs, but he didn't have the money. He didn't have the... He knows it's discrimination. but he's hooking up with, and not hooking up in the sense of sexual or some shit like that, but he's hooking up with Candace Owens, who says, no, it's not, there's no discrimination. But let's go.
And then he played the kick drum in the band. So when he would go to the club and the music was playing.
He's lost the point already. He lost the point already. Let's go.
Where would he clap his hands? Where the kick drum is.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite of where everyone else was clapping their hands. And this is the most elegant and tasteful person that I know. And when my mom, when the school suggested like the herding systems, because what they do is take the black community and they separate us.
No, they don't. What the fuck is he talking about? Herding systems? What the fuck is he talking about? How? So there's things called school districts in areas. You can't have one big circle group of kids out of one big area. Now, mind you, I go to the south. I lived on the south side of Chicago. There are schools based on where you live. That's not separation. But maybe he's talking about something else. Here, let's go.
And they separate the families and the educated. They push this, need for higher education. And us as blacks, we discriminate against each other and say, well, I got my PhD and you don't have a PhD, so I'm better than you. And so my mom, she had a PhD, and she was influenced to move to the south side of Chicago and take this job at Chicago State University. And she told my dad, if you come for us, you'll never see him again.
So a woman can't have a job where she shows her ass, but she also can't be educated as well. What is she supposed to do? Just stay home and be barefoot and pregnant? Oh, what? Like literally what? Like, did he just say? And not to forget my mama kept me away from my daddy type shit. Like, dude, you're projecting. But all right, let's go.
Because, the media ridiculed me for getting the house next door to Kim to see my children. And they even said that I was stalking her and her new boyfriend because I bought the house next door to see my children.
That is pretty stalkerish. Like that is very stalkerish. Okay, let's go.
And that's how I knew that my mom had said that to him. I said, Dad, they moved us to one of the most agreed upon to be one of the most dangerous places in the world. It's almost like they tried to kill me or something. I said, Dad, why'd you never come to get us? And that's when he told me that she was told that. So many things that are put in Kim's head. They bring influencers. Like, no one ever knows where Corey Gamble came from. No one in the fashion world knows where Gabby came from. These people were practically made in a laboratory.
By who? By who, Kanye? By who? You're putting the secret out there. Oh, let's go.
My opinion. And one of the things that they're really good at doing is being nice.
They.
And being likable. And what they do is, for people that have some form of influence, whether it's an educated black woman like my mother that became the head of the English department at Chicago State University, or whether it's...
Wait, she became the head of the English department at Chicago State University. And that's a bad thing? Okay, let's go.
The most influential white woman on the planet, being my ex-wife, they have people that are around them at all times telling them what to be afraid of. It's like not what to do or say specifically, it's what to be afraid of. And if you...
Maybe your ex going off his medication and literally putting out an animated video where he's planting your current boyfriend. Like, don't get it wrong. Kanye is not, blameless in some of the shit that's happened. He literally put out a video where he planted her then current boyfriend in the ground. Yeah. But okay.
Have a person that isn't afraid of them, like a Russell Brand or Candace Owens. Right. It's not that we have to agree with this, but
they're not afraid.
They're not afraid to state what their opinion is.
Yeah.
And they're also fucking playing to an audience. I just can't, guys. Dude, Kanye.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
What is wrong with this man? I don't even know. I don't even know. Oh, we're gonna save that one. We're gonna save that one. I don't even know what the fuck is wrong with this man. And I want to actually put this shit. I want to actually put this shit where. Hold on. Let's do this here. Here. Then this is the shit that got him banned off of Twitter or locked out of Twitter. And we're not even going to talk about the whole Puffy conversation where Puff was just like, dog, you need to like not be this person. Let's meet up in person so we can actually talk. Like I don't even know, man. Here, I know this is actually pretty weird, but here's the actual tweet. Let's go. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going Death Con 3 on, the Jewish people. And the funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew also. You guys have toyed me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda. I guess this is who is making people in the lab and they. First of all, Kanye is Def Con. What's the joke? When you don't know if 1 or 5 is high, you always throw in 3. Like the fuck? Okay. And of course he throws in the Black Hebrew Israelites fucking quote in here. Like, yeah, no, this is fucking stupid. Kanye, my man, dude, I'm gonna say this. Take your meds. Nobody is trying to harm your creativity. Nobody is trying to control you. You need meds, my friend. That's fine. Counseling, if you speak with a counselor or a doctor, you need meds and counseling. It's okay. You're hurting and you need help. That is fine. I'm not making fun of you for that. But when you purposely know you need meds and you need fucking help and you go out there and say they're trying to control me, then we have an issue. Take your meds. It's okay. It's fine. Please take your meds. Please take your meds. And with that, guys, I will have to say thank you for watching this clip. And like, share, subscribe, and all the other good shit. And yeah. Let's go.